So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about occupational and safety hazard assessment. So hazard assessment means how are we going to assess the hazard so that the we can minimize the accident in future. Okay, whenever there is a workplace or construction project is happening, so much of labors will be involved, and there is a chance that an hazard can be take place in your workplace. It can be physical, I mean, it can be electrical hazard, or it can be occupational hazard, whatever the type of hazard you are going to face. How do we going to evaluate those hazards? How do we going to isolate your people from that hazard? All those things will be analyzed using this kind of safety hazard assessment. So, why do we need to do job hazard analysis? As a manager, you should take action to isolate the hazard from the people. Also, uh, you can see the benefits you're going to derive from using this job hazard analysis. So the benefit, what I'm trying to say is, you can able to minimize the injuries that are going to happen for your employees. Okay, when you do this work correctly, then you can predict that, you can say that the accidents whatever are going to happen, it's going to be minimized, or it can be completely eliminated in your construction projects. So job related injuries occur every day in your workplace. Often these injuries occur because employees are not trained to follow proper procedures. So one way to prevent workplace injuries is to establish safe job procedures. Okay. So safe job procedures means whatever job you're going to do, there should be a do's and don'ts. Okay. So how do the employees are going to perform that particular job using the particular equipment, particular material? So that kind of safe procedure has to be established for each and every work. Okay. And then we can train the employees to work following that procedure. Okay. Once you establish it, you are going to train the employees, so that proper training will make sure that they are going to do the work properly. Okay. So establishing safe job procedures is one of the benefits of conducting job hazard analysis. Carefully studying and recording each step of the job, identifying existing and or potential job hazards, and determining the best way to perform the job to reduce or eliminate these hazards. Okay, once you establish a job procedure, then it is one of the key benefit of conducting this analysis, so that we can completely eliminate or reduce this kind of hazard. Okay, whatever the hazard is going to take place in your projects. So selecting jobs for analysis. So what kind of job you're going to select for analysis, all those things will be discussed here. That is, how do you going to select a job? A job hazard analysis can be performed for all the jobs in your workplace, whether the job is special or routine. It is irrespective of routine or non-routine, you're going to perform the job hazard analysis for that particular jobs. Okay, even one-step jobs such as those in which only start and stop button is pressed, perhaps should be analyzed by evaluating the surrounding work conditions. Even it is a small work or big work, it doesn't matter. You're going to analyze the job hazard analysis. Okay, why you're going to perform that kind of analysis, even it is a small work or big work. Okay, so determine which job should be analyzed. First, review your job injury and illness log. So you are going to review that particular document, and obviously job hazard analysis should be conducted first for jobs with highest rate of accidents and disabling injuries. So the priority should be given for the jobs with highest rate of accident. Okay, the accidents in the past, whatever the past data, whatever it tells that. Okay, you're going to take that as a priority. And jobs where close calls have occurred should be given priority. So all those things should be taken down while analyzing the, while doing your job hazard analysis. So analysis of new jobs and jobs where changes have been made in the processes and procedures should follow. Eventually, a job hazard analysis upon completion should be made available to your employees for all the jobs in your workplace. So it should be available, readily available for the employees. Okay, employees who are um, part of the project. So involving the employee, like I said earlier, once you have selected the job, okay, it is a small job or big job, you are going to select a particular job with more priority, and then you're going to involve the employee, like discussing the procedure with the employee performing the job and explaining its purpose. Okay, the second step is explaining the purpose. Like you are involving an employee and you are going to train the worker. Okay, you point out that you are studying the job itself, not checking up the employee's job performance. So involving the employee in all phases of analysis, from reviewing the job steps to discussing the potential hazards and recommending the situation. So this step means this involving the employee means you're going to just not only involve the employee but also discussing the hazard, whatever the hazard that's going to be take place in a particular work environment. You're going to discuss with them and you're going to train him and you're going to recommend possible situations, possible solutions. So all those things you're going to do in your in this step, okay, involving the employee. You should also talk to all the workers who are performing the job, who have performed the job. So before actually beginning the job as an analysis, take a look at the general conditions under which job is performed and develop a checklist. Below are the sample questions you might ask to the employee. So I just going to give some few examples of what kind of questions you can ask in order to get information. Okay, develop you can develop your own checklist from this. Okay, so are there any materials on the floor that could trip worker? Is lighting is accurate? Sorry, is it adequate? Are there any live electrical hazard at the job site? Are there any explosive hazard associated with the job? So this kind of questions will give some light, some idea about what actually the condition is and what kind of analysis you can do. Job, what kind of hazard is there? What kind of solution you can give from your end? Okay. Is any fire protection equipment readily accessible or emergency exits clearly marked? All employees who are operating vehicles are properly trained or authorized. Are employees wearing PPE for the jobs they are performing? Is ventilation is adequate, especially in the confined area? Okay, confined means when there is no space, a confined space. Okay, there is a less space. Whenever there is a less space for people to work, there should be proper ventilation. And test has been made for oxygen deficiency and toxic fumes. So these are the sample questions you can ask to the employees. So naturally, this is by no means a complete checklist. For each work has its own requirements and environmental conditions. You should add your own questions to the list. So the previous slide which I showed is a sample list of questions. Okay. It did not be necessary for for every project it should be same. Not like that. You might take a photograph of the workplace if appropriate to for use in making the more detailed analysis of the work environment. So while doing the job as an analysis, you can also take checklist or you can take a photograph and from that you can arrive some information and provide a detailed analysis. Okay. So identify each step and hazard. So nearly each job can be broken down into steps. The first step of the hazard analysis lists each step of the job in order of occurrence as you watch the employee performing the job. Be sure to record enough information to describe each job action, but do not make the breakdown too detailed. So we are going to break down the job. If it is an excavation, we are going to break down that excavation job into several particular small job. So you are going to make sure there is no hazard in each and every step. Even there is an hazard, you are going to make sure there is a proper solution you are going to give. Okay. Later, go over the job steps with an employee after you have recorded the job steps. Next, examine each step to determine if the hazard doesn't exist or that it could happen. Okay. So you're going to examine each hazard and you're going to give some proper solution or proper arrangement for the employees. So you're going to train it. Okay. So ask yourself these kind of questions. This is the sample questions you can ask. That is, are lockout procedures used for machinery deactivated during maintenance? Is the work wearing clothing or jewelry that could get caught in the machinery? Are there any fixed objects that may cause injury, such as sharp machine edges? Is the worker wearing protective clothing or equipment, including safety belt and harnesses that are appropriate for work? So these are the sample questions you can ask to the employees, and you can get information accordingly. Okay. Are there workers at any time? It's an off balance position. Can a worker fall from one level to another level? So this is the sample thing you can ask so that you can get suitable information from the worker. Is there any environmental hazard like dust, chemicals, radiation, building waste, heat, excessive noise result from the performance of the job? And can a worker come in contact with live exposed electrical part? Okay, so and can a worker be injured from lifting or pulling the objects, carrying heavy objects? Okay, these are the but few questions you can ask yourself and worker who knows the better, jobs better than anyone else. Okay, so that you can get some information and accordingly you can prepare a checklist to give or train the employee. Recommend safety procedures and protection. Okay. So then after analyzing or after doing the job hazard analysis, you're going to recommend safety procedures and protection. Okay. Like after you listed each hazard and potential hazard, you have to review them with the employee performing the job and determine whether or not the job can be performed in another way to eliminate this hazard. If safer, better job steps can be used. List each step, such as describing a new method for disposing of material. List exactly same what the worker needs to know in order to perform the job using the new method. So whenever there is a hazard, you're going to review the hazard with the employee, and you're going to you're going to try to eliminate those hazards. If at all, you're going to break the job into several steps, and this step you're going to list out this each and every step. I'm going to uh, you know uh, see whether there is an alternative way to eliminate the hazard. Okay, and then you're going to choose any one alternative method from that. Okay, so do not make any general statements about the procedure, such as be careful. So whenever you write some general statement to the employees, uh, whenever you notify that, you no need to say that be careful, something like that. Okay, you start with that kind of sentence. So you may wish to set up a training program using job hazard analysis in order to train your employees to use new procedures, especially if they are working in highly toxic substance or in dangerous situations. So you're going to train them. Okay. If no, new procedures can be developed. Determine whether any physical changes such as redesigning equipment, changing tools, or adding machine cards, personal protective equipment, ventilation will eliminate or reduce the danger. So go over the recommendation with all the employees performing the job. Their ideas about the hazard and proposed recommendation may be valuable. So be sure that they understand what they are required to do and the reason for the changes in the job procedures. So you're going to list out all the reasons, okay, all the recommendations you're going to do, recommendations you're going to give for the employees performing the job. So you're going to give some recommendations on how the hazard, what kind of hazard is there and what is the solution you're going to give for each and every hazard, okay, in order to perform the job. So revising the job hazard analysis. Remember, job hazard analysis can do much towards reducing accidents and injuries in a workplace, but it is only effective when it is reviewed and updated periodically. So we can just note out this because it is only effective when it is reviewed or updated regularly, okay, periodically. If there is no changes have been made in the hazard, job hazard, then missed in the earlier analysis could be detected. Okay, so whenever you don't update it, okay, so the some potential hazard may come in future. Okay, that is what they are trying to say. If an accident or injury occurs in a particular job, the job hazard analysis should be reviewed immediately to determine whether changes need to be done in the procedure. This is also a good subject to discuss during stand-up safety meetings. So whenever you have safety meetings happening in your workplace, you're going to discuss about this kind of job hazard analysis, like what kind of hazard that has been taken recently, and you can review that with your employees. Okay. A job hazard analysis can be used to effectively train new employees on each job steps and job hazards. Finally, job hazard analysis will save you money and increases the productivity. So this is why job hazard analysis, occupational and safety hazard assessment is very important. It can save money, but also it increases the productivity. Conclusion. So, performing a job as a analysis will tell you everything you need to know about a certain job, but it will also help you to understand how and why actions happen. So, job hazard analysis can be a strong motivator during training sessions, especially with new employees. The analysis is also very useful when you decide to install a new machinery to make changes to the process. It will also save you money and increase your profit. Like I said earlier, this it will demonstrate to the employees that management cares about their well-being. They can see that they are part of the work process. It provides worker with an opportunity to get directly involved with safety. Okay. Thank you.